Well, imagine applying for a job like this.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
And if you've ever tried to find a job like this, the answer is always this.
No.
Well, to get a job, you need a well-crafted resume. Well, hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm talking about something super important if you're looking for a job or even a university admission, making a great resume. Now, we all know the job market and college admissions are like a high-stakes game of musical chairs, where the best seats get taken faster than you can say, "Take me." That's why standing out with a polished resume is more important than ever. But when trying to make a great resume, it's easy to make small mistakes that can make a big difference. And I'm not just talking about mixing up your resume with a cat photo, though that's actually happened to someone. And yes, it is pretty unforgettable. I'm going to share with you the 4 big no's people do with their resumes. And these are big no's as per employers. And don't worry, I've got your back. I'll show you what they are and how to fix them. So whether it's your first time job hunting or you've been around the block, these tips are going to help make your resume stand out for the right reasons. So I have a question for you. Are you ready to make your resume the best it can be? Let's get started. And one more thing, these tips are applicable to any type of resume, like for jobs, for college admissions, both. I might talk more about job perspective in this video, but all my tips and strategies are applicable to college admissions as well. Make sure to follow along carefully and watch this till the end, as I'm sharing super valuable insights in this video from my 14 years of work with students, helping them craft top resumes, and also from my experience taking interviews and hiring during my time at UBS Financials in the US. Okay, now let's dive into mistake number 1. Being vague and generic. So it's like one time I was watching a cricket match and I asked my friend, "Who do you think will win?" And he said, India is playing well, so can win, but then Australia can bounce back and has a chance. And just 2 seconds later, he said, "वैसे match tie bhi ho sakta hai." Like the match can be a tie. I was like, seriously? Yes, that is called being super vague, like vague to a level of 100. Now let's just talk about cliches. Now picture this. I work well both in team and independently. Great. So you are basically saying you function like a normal human being. Groundbreaking. And let's not forget the classic, "I am great communicator." Fantastic. Because I was really hoping you wouldn't communicate through smoke signals. Of course, you will communicate like everyone else does. But here's the deal. Anyone can say they're a great team player or a problem solver. It's like claiming you're a superhero without showing your own cape. The real question is, what makes you stand out? And what have you actually achieved? Okay, now let's switch gears to the solutions. It's all about getting specific. What's the word? Specific. Instead of saying, "I am hard worker," how about saying something like, "I increased sales by 20% in 6 months through dedicated customer outreach." See the difference? One is as forgettable as yesterday's lunch, and the other, well, it's a ticket to an interview. Also, a very important thing that I advise my students is to quantify your achievements. Use action verbs that pack a punch. Led, boosted, transformed. Verbs that show you are not just there for the ride, you're driving the car. And lastly, tailor your resume to the job. It's the job's all about digital marketing. Your lemonade stand empire might not be as relevant. Maybe talking about how you attracted customers to your lemonade stand through digital marketing will be way better for an interview. So the next time you are tempted to fill your resume with same old experienced professional seeking a challenging opportunity, remember, specifics are your best friends. They are what transform your resume from a generic filler to a golden ticket. Remember that. Okay, moving on to mistake number 2. Overloading with irrelevant information. Or I call it treating your resume like a diary. Yes, we're talking about the irresistible urge to include everything. I mean, so many people fall prey to this. They want to include everything under the sun, from their first school internship to that brief stint as a dog caretaker at an NGO. Here's a news flash for you. Not every job or achievement is going to score you points with the hiring manager. Okay, imagine this. You're applying for a corporate finance position, and there it is, shining in all its glory on your resume. Working for Dog Shelter NGO. Impressive. Sure, when you were 15. Relevant? Unless you were trading stocks between petting the dogs? Probably not. But here's the real kicker. Stuffing your resume with every job you have ever had is like packing for a vacation and taking clothes for all 4 seasons. for a weekend trip. It's too much, and it buries the really important stuff under the mountain of irrelevance. So, how do you trim the fat? Think of your resume like a highlight reel. You want to showcase the most important moments that align with the job you're after. Get a side gig as a freelancer graphic designer? Great. But if you're applying for a finance job, it's probably not the headliner. Here's the game plan for you. Filter your experiences through relevance and impact. Ask yourself, does this experience showcase a skill or achievement that's directly applicable to the job that I want? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Yes, hard, but let it go. Remember, when it comes to your resume, quality trumps quantity every time. It's not about how much you've done, it's about how well what you have done aligns with what you want to do next. Keep it relevant, keep it concise, and above all, keep it focused on your end game. Yes, end game. That's more important. Okay, now let's move to mistake number 3. Neglecting formatting and precision. Or I say, turning your resume into a visual and grammatical Wild West. I'm talking about the double trouble of messy formatting and those sneaky typos that seem to play hide and seek until the worst possible moment. First off, let's address the visual chaos. A resume that looks like a yard sale, not neat and organized, but everything just thrown on there. It's like trying to find a treasure map in a pile of laundry. Not fun, right? Your resume should be the epitome of sleek professionalism, not a test of patience. Imagine transforming that cluttered mess into a masterpiece of clarity. Now, it's not magic. It's the power of good format. So use bullet points to break down your experiences. Stick to 1 or 2 easy to read fonts. And for goodness sake, keep the margins consistent. I know it's common sense, but people just ignore formatting and typos almost all the times. Okay, now let's talk about typos. Now, these little beasts can be the difference between getting a callback and getting ghosted. A single typo might suggest you are not detail-oriented. And in the job world, that's like wearing socks with sandals. A fashion faux pas that's hard to overlook. So here's your toolkit to combat these resume issues. First, proofread like your career depends on it. Because, well, it does. Then unleash the power of spell check tools. But don't stop there. Get a fresh pair of eyes on your resume. Sometimes it's like a village to catch a typo. One of the best tools I recommend for you to use is Grammarly. It is surely an amazing tool that you must use, and I have the link in the description for your reference also. Now remember, folks, in the land of job hunting, your resume is your ambassador. It speaks volumes before you even get a chance to open your mouth. By paying attention to formatting and going on a typo hunt, you ensure your first impression is not just good, but it's brilliant. Okay, now to fourth mistake. Last but definitely not the least. Mistake number 4, highlighting duties instead of accomplishments. As I call it, the resume snooze fest. You know, when a resume reads more like a list of job description than a billboard of your greatest hits. Now, listing duties instead of accomplishment is like telling someone you went to Paris and only talking about the flight. Take a moment to fathom it. So you were responsible for managing a team. Okay, but did you lead them to victory? Or were you just making sure nobody set the office on fire? It's time to ditch the responsible for and bring in your best friend action verbs. Transform managed a team into led a team of 10 to surpass sales targets by 30%. Feel the difference? One makes you nod politely, the other makes you want to stand up and cheer. This is where bullet point brilliance comes into play. Each bullet point is a chance to showcase your superhero moments. Start with an action verb, follow up with a quantifiable achievement, and boom, you've got a narrative that packs a punch. And here's a strategy for you. Pivot from the mundane. Did my job to change the game. Your resume should be a collection of your professional triumphs, a testament to your impact and value. Did you streamline a process that saved your company time and money? Did your marketing strategy open new doors? These are the stories the employers want to hear. Remember, your resume isn't just a document, it's your story, your brand, your chance to stand out in the sea of applicants. By focusing on accomplishments over duties, you're not just listing your past jobs, you're showcasing your potential for future success. Okay, so there you have it. The grand tour of top 4 resume mistakes that could be holding back from landing your dream job. Let's do a quick victory lap around what we have learned today. Mistake number 1, being as vague as weather forecast. The fix, be specific and quantify your achievements. Number 2, turning your resume into a personal memoir. Now keep it relevant and impactful. Mistake number 3, aesthetic anarchy and typo terror. Clean it up and proofread like a detective. And mistake number 4, listing duties instead of celebrating your victories. Highlight your accomplishments with action and impact. Okay, now it's your turn. Hit us up in the comments and with your most hilarious or eye-opening resume experiences. Did you ever make a blooper that makes the cat meme mix-up look tame? Or maybe you found a genuine way to shine on paper. Share your stories, I'm all ears for you. Remember, in the quest for your next great opportunity, your resume is your best ally. Crafting a clean, professional, and impactful resume isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about showcasing the unique superstar that you are. So go out there, make your resume that no employer can ignore. Good luck. If you found today's tips helpful, show me some love by hitting that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. I'm with you, for you on this beautiful journey. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars. I'm Shirish. I'll see you soon.